In an underground temple, something terrifying has been discovered. Beneath the busy streets of modern cities, hidden chambers tell stories of ancient civilizations, forgotten rituals, and mysterious artifacts that have left scientists speechless. Join us as we learn about these bizarre discoveries. Believe me, you will leave this video extremely shocked. Let's go. Number 14. The Ice Age artwork of Lascaux. In 1940, 4 teenage boys following their dog into a cave opening in southwestern France made one of history's most significant archaeological discoveries. What began as an adventure to explore a hole their pet had disappeared into led to the identification of the most well-preserved prehistoric art gallery ever found. The Lascaux cave contained nearly 6,000 figures painted approximately 17,000 years ago during the Upper Paleolithic period. These underground chambers feature extraordinarily sophisticated depictions of animals, humans, and abstract symbols covering the cave walls and ceilings. The most remarkable section, known as the Hall of Bulls, displays 4 massive black bulls, the largest measuring over 5 meters in length. Underground conditions had perfectly preserved these ancient artworks. The cave's stable temperature and humidity, combined with its natural sealing about 13,000 years ago when the entrance collapsed, created an environment where pigments remained vibrant and clear for millennia. Number 13. The World War II bomb. In Augsburg, nearly 8 decades after World War II ended, dangerous reminders of the conflict continue to emerge from beneath European cities. In December 2016, construction workers in Augsburg, Germany made a discovery that brought the city to a standstill: an unexploded British bomb from World War II buried in the historic city center. This wasn't just any explosive device, but a massive blockbuster bomb weighing approximately 2 tons. Experts determined it was one of the largest bombs ever dropped by Britain's Royal Air Force during their aerial campaign against Germany. Its destructive potential remained fully intact. If detonated, it could obliterate buildings within a 1.5-kilometer radius. City officials faced a critical decision and chose to schedule the bomb's defusal for Christmas Day. They explained this unusual timing as a gift to residents, the opportunity to celebrate the holiday safely after resolving this deadly threat. The massive operation required evacuating approximately 54,000 people, the largest peacetime evacuation in Germany since the war itself. Number 12. The Mithraeum of Circus Maximus. Deep beneath Rome's famous Circus Maximus construction, workers in 1931 stumbled upon an ancient temple that would change our understanding of religious practices in the Roman Empire. The underground sanctuary dedicated to the god Mithras featured 5 parallel rooms and 2 large staircases in remarkable preservation. Dating between the 2nd and 3rd centuries AD, this Mithraeum displays an impressive architectural design despite being built underground. The eastern entrance leads to an atrium with 2 niches containing statues of Cautes and Cautopats, Mithraic torchbearers representing sunrise and sunset. Beyond the atrium, 4 halls with marble floors provided gathering spaces for believers, culminating in the main ceremonial chamber featuring a semicircular niche that once held a statue of Mithras himself. The most significant artifact discovered here was an elaborate bas-relief depicting the tauroctony, the central myth of Mithras slaying the bull. The scene shows Mithras performing the sacred ritual surrounded by cult participants, cosmic symbols of the sun and moon, and a raven. On the left side, another scene portrays Mithras carrying the slain bull on his shoulders, representing the culmination of the ritual sacrifice. I have a question for you. First, I would like to say that it is possible to follow the greatest curiosities of our world every day, but to do so, you need to be subscribed to our channel. So, are you already subscribed? If not, take the opportunity to subscribe now. Also, take the opportunity to like the video, so YouTube will recommend more videos from our channel, so leave your like right now. And now that you have done that, let's go. Number 11. The Underground Car Cemetery. Most people's hobbies rarely lead to historic discoveries, but Belgian physical education teacher Vincent Michel's passion for exploring abandoned places led him to an extraordinary find. In 2016, while investigating an abandoned mine in central France, Michel ventured through a long tunnel that opened into a vast chamber containing dozens of vintage automobiles, a true underground cemetery of cars. The collection featured numerous rare vehicles primarily manufactured in the 1930s, though most were in poor condition with missing interior components. Despite their deteriorated state, the mere presence of these automobiles deep within an abandoned mine raised fascinating questions about their origin. Historical investigation revealed these vehicles likely belonged to local residents who hid their cars from Nazi forces after Hitler opened the Western Front. The abandoned mine provided a perfect hiding place away from German confiscation efforts. Number 10. Ships beneath San Francisco. Beneath the bustling streets of modern San Francisco lies an extraordinary secret: the remains of hundreds of sailing ships that never returned to sea. This unusual maritime graveyard dates back to 1849 and the California gold rush that transformed a tiny settlement into a booming city almost overnight. The story began in January 1848 when carpenter James Marshall discovered gold in the American River. News spread worldwide, triggering one of history's largest mass migrations. San Francisco's population exploded from under 1,000 residents to over 100,000 by late 1849, with ships from around the globe delivering fortune seekers to California's shores. As gold fever gripped new arrivals, many simply abandoned their vessels. In the harbor, crews and captains alike deserting to the gold fields. Soon, hundreds of ships crowded San Francisco Bay, many never to sail again. Enterprising locals recognized opportunity in these abandoned vessels. Some were dragged ashore and converted into buildings, most famously the Niantic Hotel, which became an iconic city landmark. Number 9. Miss Belvedere Time Capsule. In summer 1957, the city of Tulsa, Oklahoma, conceived an unusual plan to connect with future generations. An automotive time capsule to be opened exactly 50 years later. Plymouth seized this marketing opportunity, donating a brand new Belvedere Sport Coupe in glamorous gold finish for burial beneath the courthouse lawn. This wasn't just any vehicle, but a top-of-the-line model featuring Plymouth's powerful V8 engine and innovative push-button automatic transmission. At the ceremonial burial, officials announced that the car, along with $100 placed in a trust fund, would go to whoever most accurately predicted Tulsa's population in 2007. The Cold War era's fear of nuclear conflict influenced the time capsule's construction. Miss Belvedere, as the car was nicknamed, was placed in a specially built concrete bunker designed to withstand nuclear attack. The trunk contained newspapers, an American flag, and even petrol, in case this fuel type became obsolete by 2007. Workers meticulously wrapped the vehicle in protective materials before sealing the vault. 50 years later, in 2007, thousands gathered for the highly anticipated unveiling. When the bunker was opened, spectators gasped, not in admiration, but in shock. Despite precautions, groundwater had repeatedly flooded the chamber over decades. Number 8. Hidden War Plunder. World War II disrupted not just nations and armies, but also brought devastation to cultural and religious sites across Europe. In January 1940, facing critical metal shortages for the war effort, Reich Minister Hermann Göring issued a decree mandating the collection of metal throughout Germany and later in all occupied territories. Church bells became particularly valuable targets for confiscation. These massive bronze instruments represented not just important religious symbols but also significant quantities of copper and tin needed for ammunition and equipment. Nazi forces systematically removed bells from church towers across Europe, with clergy and parishioners powerless to resist these seizures. In occupied Poland, one brave priest decided to defy these orders. With help from his congregation, he secretly removed a 150-kilogram bronze bell from his church tower before German forces could confiscate it. Under cover of darkness, they buried the bell in consecrated ground near the church, hiding all evidence of their defiant act. Number 7. The Hidden Bell of Resistance. World War II tested not just nations' military might, but also the resilience of cultural and religious institutions. When Nazi forces occupied Poland, their systematic plundering included church bells, valuable sources of bronze for the German war effort. In January 1940, Reich Minister Göring's decree mandated collection of metal throughout occupied territories. Church bells became prime targets due to their high bronze content, essential for manufacturing equipment and ammunition. Most parishes had no choice but to surrender these sacred objects when German soldiers arrived to confiscate them. One Polish priest, however, refused to let his church's voice be silenced. Working secretly with trusted parishioners, he removed a 150-kilogram bronze bell from his church tower. Under cover of darkness, they dug a deep hole in consecrated ground near the church and carefully lowered the bell into its hiding place. They then covered all evidence of the burial, maintaining this dangerous secret throughout the occupation. Number 6. The Walrus Burial Mystery. In 2003, major renovations at London's St. Pancras Station required relocating a nearby cemetery. During this delicate work, construction crews made a discovery that would quickly capture international headlines and spark scientific debate. A damaged coffin containing not just human remains, but also massive animal bones. Puzzled by this unusual burial, workers called in anthropologists who initially couldn't identify the mysterious skeletal remains mixed with human bones. Zoologists were consulted and made a startling identification. The bones belonged to a Pacific walrus of exceptional size. The bizarre combination raised immediate questions. How did a Pacific walrus end up buried in a London cemetery coffin alongside human remains? And why was this unusual arrangement created? Dating placed the burial between 1822 and 1854, providing a historical context for this mystery. Number 5. Pompeii's Underground Treasures. The ancient city of Pompeii stands as history's most perfectly preserved tragedy. In 79 AD, Mount Vesuvius erupted catastrophically, burying the thriving Roman city under pyroclastic flows and volcanic ash. The disaster happened so rapidly that many residents had no chance to escape, their final moments frozen in time as the ash hardened around their bodies. For over 1,500 years, Pompeii remained hidden beneath earth and ash until its accidental rediscovery in 1599 during canal construction. Full-scale excavations didn't begin until 1748, revealing that the volcanic ash had acted as a remarkable natural preservative, protecting buildings, artifacts, and even human remains in extraordinary detail. Among the most spectacular finds was the Boscorial treasure, discovered in 1895 at Villa Pisanella. This cache contained over 100 intricately crafted silver vessels, 1,000 gold coins, and a Scythian cup depicting Emperor Tiberius's triumph in remarkable detail. The treasure provides unparalleled insights into Roman craftsmanship and wealth distribution. Number 4. The Lost City of Derinkuyu. While modern cities grow upward, certain ancient civilizations built downward. The underground city of Derinkuyu in Turkey represents one of the most remarkable feats of ancient subterranean architecture ever discovered. First uncovered in 1963, this massive underground settlement reaches 8 levels deep into the earth, with its lowest floors extending more than 60 meters, nearly 200 feet below the surface. Built between the 2nd and 1st millennia BCE, historians continue to debate which civilization constructed this elaborate underground city. Some attribute it to Phrygian tribes, while others believe it was built by the Hittite kingdom. Around 1900 BCE, Derinkuyu wasn't just a simple hideout, but a complete city designed to house approximately 20,000 people with all necessary facilities. Each level features its own security system with massive stone doors roughly 40 centimeters thick, weighing over 500 kilograms, 100 pounds. These doors could only be closed from the inside, providing protection against invaders. The entire city was intentionally built as a labyrinth to confuse enemies who might breach the outer defenses. Within its walls, residents constructed not only living quarters but also temples, storage facilities, weapons arsenals, and even livestock pens. An ingenious ventilation system, still functional today, provided fresh air to all levels, preventing suffocation for its thousands of inhabitants. Number 3. Mammoth Remains in North Dakota. In early 2024, coal miners in North Dakota made an unexpected discovery that would temporarily halt production but significantly advance paleontological knowledge. While excavating in an ancient riverbed area, workers uncovered what appeared to be a massive tusk. They immediately reported their find to archaeologists, recognizing its potential importance. Laboratory analysis confirmed the tusk belonged to a mammoth and dated it to approximately 50,000 years ago. This initial discovery prompted scientists to conduct further excavations in the mine, suspecting more remains might be present. Their instincts proved correct. Researchers soon uncovered an additional 20 bone fragments, including ribs, a tooth, and parts of femurs, all belonging to the same mammoth. This find became particularly significant because it represented the most complete mammoth skeleton ever discovered in North Dakota. The remains provided valuable information about mammoth populations that once roamed North America during the Pleistocene epoch. Mammoths first appeared on Earth around 5 million years ago and went extinct relatively recently, just 10,000 years ago. These magnificent animals, ancestors of modern elephants, reached impressive dimensions, with adults standing 5 to 6 meters tall and weighing approximately 11 tons. Despite their imposing size, they were peaceful herbivores. Number 2. The Ferrari Underground. In 1978, a group of children playing in Los Angeles made an extraordinary discovery that would eventually uncover an unusual crime. While digging a small hole near one of their homes, the children noticed a fragment of film in the soil. Curious, they continued digging, soon hitting something solid beneath the Earth's surface. Using small shovels, they carefully cleared away the dirt and were astonished to find what appeared to be a car buried underground. The children immediately told their parents about their strange discovery, who contacted local authorities. The next day, detectives arrived and continued the excavation. What emerged from the earth was remarkable. A nearly new green Ferrari Dino 246 GTS in surprisingly good condition despite its underground storage. This wasn't just any vehicle, but a luxury sports car worth significant money, raising immediate questions about how and why it ended up buried. Investigators ran the license plate and identified the owner as Rosendo Cruz, who had reported the Ferrari stolen shortly after purchasing it as a birthday gift for his wife. The theft case had gone cold with no suspects identified. Until now, detectives suspected there was more to this story and launched a thorough investigation. Number 1. Underground Library in Timbuktu. Throughout history, books and manuscripts have faced destruction during conflicts, burned by conquerors seeking to erase cultural identity or religious texts deemed heretical. In Mali, an extraordinary effort to protect literary heritage led to one of the most remarkable underground preservation projects ever undertaken. Timbuktu, once a center of Islamic scholarship, housed hundreds of thousands of manuscripts dating back to the 13th century. These irreplaceable documents covered subjects from astronomy and medicine to poetry and religious philosophy. When extremist groups took control of northern Mali in 2012, they imposed harsh restrictions and began destroying cultural artifacts they considered un-Islamic. Abdelkader Haidara, a local librarian, recognized the imminent danger to Timbuktu's literary treasures. He organized a secret operation involving hundreds of volunteers who packed manuscripts into metal chests and moved them under cover of darkness. Are you seeing this video that is appearing on the screen? Click on it, because I have set it aside especially for you to watch. If you like this video, I'm sure you'll like our recommendation. Well, that's it, and until next time, Curious One.